All right, so next thing I want to do is record an idea. But first, I have to come up with it. So let's figure out what we're going to record. Maybe something like this. So I have a tempo in my head, and we can use tap tempo to tap out that tempo. After 4 taps, I'm going to lock it in, and I tapped out 81.52. So I could tap some more, maybe get it closer, or I can use this encoder to change it by 1 BPM. If I want to, I can also hold Shift and change that BPM by 0.1 BPM. Now I can turn on the metronome. It's going to flash for me to tell me that it's on. If I don't like the volume of that metronome, I can hold Shift and turn down the cue volume. Now all I have to do is hit record. My global quantize is set to a bar. I can perform and capture my performance. Hit record again, and that clip is going to start playing back for me. Now I was a little late to hit that record button, so I have an extra measure at the end of my clip. No problem. All I have to do is hit the clip button over here and change my loop length from 3 bars to 2 bars. Okay? Now if I don't like that, I could just hit delete and delete that clip. It's gone. Hit record. Try again. I thought it was pretty good. So I'm going to hit undo and get my clip back. But what it could use is some quantizing. So I do have a quantize button. I'm going to hold it down and set my quantize settings. Let's just drop this down to 80% quantize to 16th note. Yeah, maybe give it just a touch of swing. So now every time I hit quantize, those are the settings that will be applied. I could also turn on record quantize, which means it's going to automatically record quantize any performance that I do. I don't want to do that yet. Maybe I will later. Let's leave it off for now. Let go, hit quantize, and now that performance that I just recorded has been quantized to those settings. All I have to do is launch that clip. We'll get into session view in a later video as well. It wasn't active because I hit undo after deleting it. All right, so that idea was recorded using my record button. I had to manually come over and hit the record button again to start playback. I don't have to do that if I don't want to. What I could do is activate fixed length. What this does, it allows me to hold it down and select a length that all of my newly created clips will adhere to. In this case, it's set to 2 bars. I can turn it on. Now it's going to flash for me. When I hit record, I can record my next idea. And when those 2 bars are over, it's going to immediately start playing back. I don't have to come back and hit record again. I have to worry about my performance and messing that up to hit record. Now all I have to do to record my next idea is hit new. It's going to move down a scene and kind of wipe the slate clean. That way I can create a new idea and a new clip. Before I hit record, let's just figure out what I'm going to do. Something like that. And there it starts playing back immediately. Hit quantize, and everything's locked to my previously set settings. Now what you'll notice is that we're still in record mode. And what it's doing now is waiting for me to overdub. I can go in and start playing anything on top of those previously recorded MIDI notes. If I want to get out of that, just hit record. If I want to go back into overdub mode, just hit the record button again. Let's say in this clip, I really don't like this hi-hat sound. Now I could hit undo or delete and back up. Or if I just want to get rid of all the notes for that one pad, I hold delete, tap the pad, all those notes are gone. If I hold delete and hit it again, when there are no notes for that pad, I'll delete the sound or the sample or device that's on that pad. So I know I want this in there somehow, but I wasn't happy with my performance. So instead of trying to tap in a performance, I could use repeat. And repeat is over here. If I turn it on, it's going to blink like the metronome and fix length. And now if I hold that pad down, I'm going to get an 8th note repeat. I can change that amount to 16th note, 32nd note, quarter note, or triplets. And that's with these grid buttons over here on the right. Now remember, these pads are velocity sensitive, but they're also aftertouch sensitive. So listen to what happens when I change my aftertouch. So I can record that performance as well. We're in overdub mode. Okay, let's just hold that pad a little bit. We'll wait for it to come back to the top here, get some 8th notes. Something like that. Along with repeat, you turn it off, I have accent. So if I play this, let's see, snare here, I can get some low velocities, I get some high velocities. But if I want my recording to always have full velocity, I just turn on accent. And now no matter how hard I play one of these pads, I have full velocity. That might be good for your kick and your snare, stuff like that. You want to always be consistent. I almost forgot. Along with that repeat, let's go to 16th note. I have swing. So I can turn up swing. And if I held that and hit record, that swing would be recorded for me. And that is working with a drum rack and recording a performance. We had 2 different ways. And next up, let's talk about sequencing drums with the step sequencer and the loop length. I'll see you then.